Alright guys, I'm back with some gaming news and let's get into it. This one's not really a gaming article, it's for the Amazon TV show for Fallout, so I guess related. But Amazon's Fallout TV show finally has release date. It's April 12th, 2024, so we finally got a release date for this one. Everybody's already like in nervous mode when it comes to this one because it's a beloved franchise. Hopefully Amazon doesn't ruin it. But confirmation comes from the tweet below, which reveals that the release date from the Inside a Pip-Boy, Fallout's famous wearable computer. I was watching Mr. Matty Plays, and they said they didn't use Please Stand By, which is worrying. Please Stand By thing is well known in Fallout, but they botched that part. Confirmation comes from the tweet below, which reveals the release date from Inside a Pip-Boy, Fallout's famous wearable computer. The first teaser for the upcoming Fallout TV show was revealed at Gamescom 2023, but wasn't released to the public at a presentation for Bethesda Starfield creator-director. Todd Howard surprised attendees with a sneak peek at the Prime Video television and adaptation of the Fallout. The short trailer showed glimpses of the Brotherhood of Steel ominously marching across the dusty desert, reminiscent of a more urban version of Dune's Araki's setting, with their iconic vertibird vehicles, a vault opening as a woman shielded her eyes from the sun, multiple nuclear explosions taking place in what looks like present-day setting, and a shot of who we would presume in Walton Goggins' Ghoul character, who bore more than a passing resemblance to Fallout 4's John Hancock. While we only had a very small look at the show, it was clear the production values are high. The visual effects looking impressive. That's always good to see. Halo, TV show was a mixed bag, but I can definitely say their CGI and effects were pretty good. Almost on par with what Disney's doing. That's part of it, well, when it comes to effects anyway. But what we do know is that the story will be separate from any of the games, which Todd Howard confirmed in November of last year. Helmed by Westworld, Jonathan Nolan, the show looks set to feature plenty of fan favorites aspects from the games. According to the poster below, Fallout TV show is set in Los Angeles. There's mentions of Fallout 33. I'm looking to watch this when it comes out, so we'll see how good it is then. Be the judge and juror when it comes to adaptations for games. Former Bethesda design director confident the Elder Scrolls 6 will keep Skyrim's leveling system. I like Skyrim's leveling system. Don't change it. Too much, at least. Bethesda's former design director thinks that Elder Scrolls 6 will keep the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim's leveling up and progression system. Bruce Nesmith, who was lead designer on Skyrim and a senior designer on Starfield before leaving Bethesda in 2021, told Min-Max the highly anticipated sequel would absolutely continue the system. Nesmith no longer works at Bethesda, of course, so can't guarantee these inclusions himself, but he was an influential and high-up figure as developer just a couple years ago. Skyrim's progression system is similar to that of the role-playing games such as Final Fantasy II, where the player will level up specific skills when using items and abilities related to that skill, using a bow and arrow, level up archery, playing stealthy, increase sneak, and so on. Progressing in these individual skill trees will contribute to a larger experience bar that allows the players to level up fully. I mean that they can add improvements on it, but the core base, how the skill trees work, I don't really want that to change too much. That's just me personally. But that's what made Skyrim, part of what made Skyrim Skyrim. I think their leveling system, how it worked and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't make it better. The whole magic system for Skyrim, I persuaded Bethesda director and executive producer Todd Howard throw out the baby in the bathwater and let me restart from scratch, and he trusted me enough to do that. There'll probably still be traces of that in Elder Scrolls 6, Nesmith said. The magic system's getting an overhaul. The whole you do it to get better at it, while that was not my unique idea, I had a large hand in that. That's absolutely going to continue, thank God. A lot of the concepts dealing with how you level and things like that, there will be a bunch of new ideas thrown in, but I'm getting some of the stuff that I worked on will still survive to the new one. Good to know. Former PlayStation boss sounds the alarm after Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard. Sony veteran Sean Layden has warned of the impact consolidation will have on studios' creativity. Yeah, we're already seeing some of it. The former CEO of Sony Computer Entertainment, America Sean Layden, has had a lot to say about the state of the industry. since he left Sony in 2019. In a recent interview, Layton expanded on some of those points, warning against studio consolidation and advocating for game preservation in the wake of Microsoft's massive acquisition of Activision Blizzard finally going through. Yeah, game preservation. They're not taking that seriously yet. Another nitpick there. Absolutely right. Seems like games aren't as good as they used to be because the whole monetization aspect milked the player base to their last dime, among other things. And there's a whole degradation of the experience. So, yeah. All these thrown together kind of like, you start to get the picture. Anyways, my concern around consolidation is that it often impacts creativity. Pretty much what I just said. Layton explained, for instance, it takes some kind of small, independent wild horse studio and brings them to a larger conglomerate, and essentially time slows down. The bigger you are, time slows down. Because it kind of does seem like that with a lot of they're not even innovating anymore. Big studios, anyway. Layton also has concerns about the lack of variety in today's games. Many big AAA studios tending towards the same genres and formats. If we continue to coalesce around the 4 or 5 genres, then we won't get the new players because those people have already said we're not interested in your genres. Layton said, don't kid yourself that someone who said no to Call of Duty for the last 15 years is going to start suddenly saying yes to Call of Duty. Don't get me wrong, guys. Not that I'm 100% done with Call of Duty, I just didn't want to pay $75 when there's other experiences that I could stick money into. They're probably worth it more to me in the long term. But, hopefully I can get Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 on deal at some point. Because, I don't know what Activision Blizzard was thinking, making a $75 expansion. And the former PlayStation boss also spoke on the topic of game preservation, saying he would like to see more people in the industry thinking about preserving old games for the future of generations. I would like to see that too. But they don't have a solution for that. In fact, everything's a license today, so they have more incentive to strip it from you than they do preserve it. This isn't throwaway stuff we're making, he said. This is stuff that should be around for a long time because future generations will enjoy it the same way that we have. It's criminal that we're not doing more to protect it. Yes, it is criminal. It's also against consumers' rights to own anything. I don't know. I would imagine that should be a thing, but I'm just a guy on the internet. How's Xbox doing? Key takeaways from latest earning report. Hardware sales might be down, but Starfield cloud services and other software divisions drove huge growth for Microsoft. Business is booming at Microsoft that the company has just posted the first quarter, July-September 2023 of its 2024 fiscal year results. While there have been a few misses overall, revenue is up 13%. Net income has seen a 27% increase thanks in part to Microsoft's cloud services OEM revenue. And the Xbox division's reported its highest ever Q1 and biggest non-holiday quarter overall. I heard Game Pass is selling like hotcakes too for subscription fees. On the gaming side, Xbox hardware revenue declined 7%, even with launch of the new Xbox Series S console that increased the available storage capacity on that device from 512 to 1 terabyte. The good news here is that Xbox content services revenue rose by 13%, and overall gaming revenue is also up 9%. While Game Pass numbers still aren't being shared by Microsoft, it looks like the subscription service is still on the rise. The last big update from Microsoft about Game Pass back in January 2022 when the company announced that it has grown to 25 million subscribers and with 2023 seeing the launch of the games like Starfield, those numbers have contributed to the Game Pass gain. On launch, we set a record for the most Game Pass subscriptions added on a single day ever. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said via The Verge about Starfield's arrival on the platform. More than 11 million people have played the game so far, and PC version accounts for around half the hours. With the acquisition of Activision Blizzard now finalized, Microsoft can focus on growing the PC Game Pass space. As back in October, Microsoft gaming CEO Phil Spencer admitted that the console subscriptions have begun to slow down. Overall, Microsoft made $56.5 billion in revenue and recorded a net income of $22.3 billion during Q1. Other highlights and a few lowlights from the financial results include, as all their financial stuff, the cloud business seems to be going up too. The next couple of months will be interesting for Microsoft in the wake of its Activision Blizzard acquisition. Gaming revenue is expected to increase dramatically, according to CFO Amy Hood. Now that Microsoft owns the Call of Duty franchise, a lucrative mobile games developer by King as part of this big deal took took almost 2 years to be completed. Microsoft expects to see a mid to high 40% growth in overall gaming revenue and a mid to high 50% increase in Xbox content and services in the second quarter of 2024 financial year. So they're expecting more titles to come out for content for their gaming service. Yeah, they're... In all likelihood, I don't think Microsoft is going to get out of the gaming with these numbers. These are a good first start for numbers for sales and stuff for Game Pass and all that. What's likely going to happen is they're going to stop selling consoles at some point because it seems their console revenue is like through the floor at this point. I'm just going to double down and start building PCs at that point. I don't know. Buy a PlayStation, have a PC in my house for gaming. Nintendo Switch. That's me personally, but because Game Pass you can pretty much get on a toaster at this point. It's on Samsung TVs, it's on PC. Who knows if it'll be on its rival consoles in the future, PlayStation and Nintendo. So they're looking good though for as a cloud service Netflix for gaming model. To start anyways. We'll see how that goes. Keeps going anyway. Ubisoft delays Skull and Bones in an upcoming launch game. Ubisoft has delayed 2 games, so Skull and Bones getting another delay. Not really all that good from the looks of it. As part of Ubisoft's latest earnings briefing for the company, this thing's had so many delays so far. The company announced that its long-in-development pirate game, Skull and Bones, has been delayed again and will now launch during the company's Q4 2023-2024, which means it will launch in January-March 2024 period. Additionally, Ubisoft said one of its upcoming large games has been shifted to financial year 2024-2025, which means it will launch in April 2024 at the very soonest. Ubisoft didn't say what this game is. Previously, Skull and Bones was set to release during financial year 2024, meaning it was penciled in for release during the period of April 1st of 2023 to March 31st, 2024. Now, Ubisoft has narrowed the window to between January and March 2024. Delay until we got this thing somewhat functional. Who knows? This thing's been delayed like 3 times from my count. I just pulled that number from the back of my head from roughly how many times I remember seeing a delay on this thing. So, I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but you guys get what I mean. As part of the earnings update, Ubisoft said Assassin's Creed Mirage is off to a solid start, but the company did not share any sales numbers. The number of players in the first week, though, was in line with the launch of the Origins and Odyssey, Ubisoft said. The Crew Motorfest, which launched on September 14th, set a record to total unit sell-through, overall spending, and season pass adoption rate over its first week. Six Siege, meanwhile, saw a remarkable performance. Ubisoft said with new net bookings up to almost 50% year over year. Ubisoft added that its cost reduction plans was well on track, and this included cutting about 1,000 staff. Ubisoft said it currently employs 19,410 people globally, down from 20,729 at the end of September 2022. Wow. Them layoffs, man, that's all I can say to that. I feel bad for those that lost their job. ARK Survival Ascended has a surprise launch on PC coming to console in November, so it's already out on Steam, guys. I'll show you the Steam page here in a second, for my account, through my account anyway. But the remake of the original ARK Survival Evolved is out on PC. As part of the Xbox Partner Preview event, Microsoft released the first gameplay trailer. This was shown off at the Xbox Partner Program thing that I posted a link on my Twitter for gaming. So this is one of the games shown off along with Metal Gear Solid Collection, which you can now pause during cutscenes and that. I don't really play Metal Gear Solid, I just figured that was something I should mention because they mentioned that during the stream. Survival Ascended, the Unreal Engine 5 remake of the ARK Survival Evolved. Not only but the developer studio Wildcard launched the game on PC and confirmed it's coming to console in November on PC. The game is all available through Steam Early Access for $40.50. And yeah, get it while they're hot, guys, because that deal is still currently active today, the 26th. I think it ends November 1st. I'll show you guys here in a second. ARK Survival Ascended includes all previously released paid DLC and new content of its own, including additional store content. new DLC, seasonal events, and quality of life updates. Studio Wildcard said it plans to release 11 brand new creatures to the game over time. So this is basically ARK Survival Evolved put in Unreal Engine 5. If you guys are ARK Survival fans, this is probably for you guys. I used to play it. I don't really play it anymore. Kind of lost interest over time, but I might jump into it again knowing that it's got a graphics upgrade. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Any news I don't get here, I'll post on my Twitter, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Check out both my Twitter for news I don't get in vid form. I also upload on TikTok and Instagram.